one.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So today we are going to try something a little bit different. So we're going to use the Raisin Bran recipe from before with slight modifications. That being, instead of raisins, we're going to add a few different things. And then we are going to try 3 different cereals instead of Raisin Bran. So we're going to try Cheerios, Fruit Loops, and Cocoa Puffs. So before we get started, here's a little joke for you. Did you know not a single person can actually eat a bowl of Fruit Loops? But you know who can? You can. All right. So without further ado, let's get cooking. So to start, what we're going to do is we're going to take a half a cup of all 3 of our types of cereal. So we're going to take a half a cup of Fruit Loops, half a cup of Cocoa Puffs, and half a cup of Cheerios.
Okay, now for you.
So then what we're going to do is we're going to take a third cup of buttermilk and we're going to pour it over each one of these. And then we're going to stir it in just to make sure all that cereal is coated so it tries to get nice and soggy. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start on our dry ingredients. So we're going to take 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt.
I'm making video of you.
You are. We're just going to mix this all up so it's nice and combined there. Then we're going to start on our wet ingredients. And we're going to take 1 egg, a half a cup of butter, a half a cup of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're just going to stir to combine. Once we have all of our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients ready to go, what we're going to do is we're going to divide this into thirds into each one of the bowls. It doesn't have to be precise. I mean, you can weigh it out if you really want, but in this case, doesn't really matter. Just make sure it's fairly accurate. So we're just going to divide all these into thirds. So once we have that all divided up, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our extras to each one of these. So for the Cheerios, we're going to add about half a cup of pecan. For the Cocoa Puffs, we're going to add half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And for the Fruit Loops, what we're going to do is we're going to add half a cup of dried cranberries. And then we're going to take our cereal, seeing that it has yet to become soggy for whatever reason, unlike the Raisin Brans. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to try to blend this up. Seeing that the mixture isn't deep enough for the blender to actually blend it up, we're going to go with plan B. And then we're going to take all of this and throw it into a food processor just to get it all chopped up with the buttermilk itself. In the end, it was still a little chunky. However, you know, it might add a nice little crunch to the muffin itself. So we're going to roll with it.
Oh my goodness.
So now that we have all 3 of our cereals chopped up, we're just going to combine them with our other ingredients in each of the 3 bowls. Once we have that, we're going to spray our pan with some cooking oil just so it doesn't stick to the pan, and then divide each of these muffin mixes into the pan. So each one of these is going to make about 3 medium muffins or large muffins, depending on how big you like your muffins. Then we are going to throw these in the oven at 375 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, so there we have our muffins. So without further ado, let's just dive in and get tasting. So we'll start with the Cheerio one. Pulling apart.
Oh, really good.
Really good. I think it's good. It's not too much different than the Raisin Bran. You don't get that Raisin Bran flavor, but all the other flavors in the actual muffin or Raisin Bran are there as you would expect. The nuts do add a nice little crunch and flavor, obviously. So I like them. They're good.
I like them too. Nice and crunchy, Cheerio flavored muffins.
Obviously, she loves them. All right, next we're going to try the Fruit Loop one.
Ooh.
As she shows the other one in her mouth.
I get first taste then. Thanks.
Oh, enjoy this one?
Distracted by the box.
Hold on. Finish the other one first.
Can't get enough. So it's a good muffin, and I taste the cranberries more than anything because I don't really know that Fruit Loops taste any different. All the Fruit Loops taste the same to me. It's still good. It's just all I taste is the muffin and the cranberries.
Well, I actually feel differently.
Okay.
I actually think that Fruit Loops come through, and I get more. Maybe you just gotta buy cranberries.
Maybe I just gotta buy a cranberry. You know, I should probably try more.
But the Fruit Loops for me come through. It tastes like a Fruit Loop muffin. It's absolutely delicious. Fruit Loops are one of my favorites if we go for sugar cereals. So I think it's absolutely delicious. And then that cranberry does add a nice flavor with the actual Fruit Loops themselves.
Okay, that bite was better. I got more Fruit Loop in that. You can definitely taste the difference between the Cheerio and the Fruit Loop.
All right, so the very last one, we have the Cocoa Puffs. All right, Elle, you want to try the Cocoa Puff one?
There you go.
And finish chewing what you have in your mouth first. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Chocolatey goodness.
Yeah, I mean, that one is,
Here.
it just tastes like a chocolate muffin.
Not
in
just
all
my hair.
honesty. I probably couldn't tell you the difference between that and a chocolate muffin, but it is absolutely delicious. That chocolate adds more of that chocolate flavor. I don't know, it's just really good.
Go.
See, I really think that I can taste the Cocoa Puffs more than, in addition to the chocolate.
Yeah, I can too, but it's just all chocolate. It's so good.
Can't go wrong. And apparently it matches my hair, so we're good there.
So, with that being said, I would say I'm torn between these two. These two are, in my opinion, the best. The Cheerio one is good. It's just, it doesn't have as much of that cereal flavor that pops out as these two do. What would you say?
I agree. I think the chocolate Cocoa Puff one is probably my favorite by itself. But if you want it with like tea or coffee or something, you can have the Cheerio one. That would be great. Or even just milk. Milk is always.
Do you rank the Fruit Loops one last?
Huh? Oh no! I mean, like, this is my favorite one, and then the Fruit Loops one, and then the Cheerio one. But like the Cheerio one needs like something with it, like some kind of drink. You know, your milk, of course, with your cereal.
All right, so with that being said, if you like this video, hit the like button down below. If you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Until next time, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.